Us as Christians have to understand that if the devil make us bend now, we'll bend later. Like with the Hebrew boys, they said, we won't worship you even if he don't bring us out this fire. Let's clock T, because they went into the fire with a rope around them and they came out free. The only thing that burned was the rope. What you mean I go into something that's supposed to kill me and the only thing that dissolves is the actual bondage? They said they looked in the fire and the people was walking around. You threw me in the fire to kill me, but the only thing that actually was burned was the bondage. Get out my face. But if you bend now, you'll bend later. You said, because the thing is, they could use excuses like, this ain't gonna hurt nobody, God, but we gonna bow, but we ain't gonna worship him. We just gonna bow, like, we just gonna get down, but we ain't gonna worship him. Or we gonna worship him this one time. Or this one time, God. We ain't gonna do it no more. Or, God, you know that we in a pagan land. We gotta do what they say. They didn't use none of them phony, funky excuses. That's a punk Christian. They said if we bend now, we'll bend later. Because how the heck can we sit there and say we serve a all-powerful, a God who can kill anybody, a God that he does not split his glory with nobody, and say, well, just the one time we bowed, but we ain't gonna do it again? Where's the evidence that you ain't gonna do it again? Because the only evidence we have is that you do know how to bow. And it's not to God, mighty God. You know how to bow and worship a few things, but it ain't Jesus. And if he gets you to bend now, you'll bend later. I promise you, I'm a living. I promise you, I'm gonna experience it. I experienced it. He got me to bend, and I bent later. Man, I said no. I'm gonna do this one time, but I ain't gonna do it no more. If you thought I wasn't getting caught into a cycle after that, I promise you it was nothing but the power of the Holy Spirit. I'm trying to tell you from experience. If you bend now, you going to bend later, baby. You going to say, no, I ain't. Because he going to keep you. Why didn't he keep you this time? Yeah, because you didn't want to be kept, You didn't really believe in the power. And that's what happened to me, baby. But if you bend now, you'll bend later. And the only thing that gets you out is the power of the Spirit. I'm not going to lie. It's the Spirit of the living God. Don't bend, baby. Because it was hell and high water, baby. Oh, my God, mighty God. I'm thinking about it, and the flashbacks almost making me puke.